Hi there, this is Tammy with Tammy's Stamping Therapy, and today I'm going to show you 4 different ways to use designer series paper to make really pretty cards. I like the cards, of course, that are way more complicated and have tons of layers and all of that. That's my style. Clean and simple, but also a lot of layers, and it always has to have a bow. But I also really love all of the designer series papers that Stampin' Up! Has, and especially the ones that are in the 2 new catalogs that just came out, the mini catalog and the celebration catalog. The 2 that are in the celebration catalog, I think, are my favorite papers they've had for a long time. It's kind of funny, every time a new catalog comes out, it has my newest favorite paper in it. And the papers in these 2 catalogs I feel are just stunning. So I'm going to show you how to make some cards with them to actually focus on the paper instead of the other parts of the card, kind of. So I have 4 different cards. There's 4 different ways we're going to make these. Use designer paper to make cards. And I am going to start with this card right here. This is the Lily Impressions Designer Series paper. I have embossed Gorgeous Grape with our brick embossing folder. I've stamped the lily on some of the designer paper. This is a reverse side of one of these papers. And I have also cut out a frame using our stitched rectangles framelits, and then put this on here. And then on the inside, you just see the flower and the lily. So I'm going to show you how to make this card first. Leave that sitting right there. I also stamped the envelope. I always try to stamp my envelopes. I feel like it makes it fun mail when people get it in the mail. So I've already cut everything for this, and I've already done the stamping. I think I'm going to do some stamping videos at another time to show how to stamp. I'll start with beginner, so to show beginners how they can stamp. But for this part, I'm focusing on the paper, so not the stamping. I've got my thing on the back. I've already done this envelope as well, and I've already done the inside. So, because I want to show you how to make the fun part. So I have this frame that I cut out of Gorgeous Grape with the stitched rectangles framelits, and the way that I cut this is I just take these framelits. None of these are the right 2, but I lay these down. I lay them down face down and space them the way I want them, so they're perfectly spaced. And then I'll use some washi tape to tape them together so they'll stay that way and make a perfect frame. Otherwise, they might jump around or slide around while you're trying to cut them. So I have this really cool frame. This paper is 3 3/8. Maybe easier to see it on the other side, by 2 1/8. And I'm going to put glue around the very edge of this paper, just a little bit on the edges. I don't want to get it on the inside. And then I'm going to, so I turned over the frame, so I've got the back of the frame, and I'm going to lay this on top of it. Trying to be sure that I get it centered. I kind of made it a little bit longer side to side, but I didn't. So there's your framed art. I think this is really pretty. These are small lilies there. And what I'm going to do with this is put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of it. I always do all 4 corners. Then depending on what I'm doing, I'll put a couple in the middle also, because I don't want the middle to sag. So set that aside for a second. And I'm going to glue this to the front of my card. The card base is Highland Heather. And then the bricks are Gorgeous Grape. And then I will take this. And I'm going to put it up a little high. I'm pretending like this is a wall. And I want it up a little high. I don't want it just in the center. Put that on there. And then I'm going to put one dimensional on the back of here. And this is going kind of like that, so it's only attached there. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this flower, mostly on the top, because it hangs down on the bottom. This one here. And then I have some mini dimensionals. This thank you stamp is from okay. Thank you stamp is from the Little Ladybug stamp set that is available with a $300. It's available for free in the Celebration catalog, but it's a hostess gift, so you have to have at least $300 in orders, and then you can get this for free. And beginning next month, there will also be dies you can purchase to go with this. So that's this little thank you. And I put this on here. Right there. And then this is one of my favorite embellishments that we currently have. These are the glitter enamel dots, and I want some small purple ones. You can see on that one I've used up all my small ones. Put one here, which I should have done this before I put that on there, and one here. And then I'm going to add a couple of the pink ones, just because the lilies in there are pink, to try to just pull out some of that pink. And that's it. That is the first card. Isn't that fun? I think it's just so pretty. Of course, it's my favorite colors, but Gorgeous Grape is my current favorite color, and I love this paper with it. So that's the first way. The second way is with this card right here. This is the Birthday Bonanza Suite. It has the really fun paper with all these, the toucans, the lions, and the koala bears, and the presents. And the designer paper has a bigger print that has the koalas, the lions, and the toucans. And these will cut out with the matching dies, which is really fun. So I've done that and stuck those in there, and then inside I've got a couple, and it's also got a couple of banners. So I've done all of that. And this one, I just did this because the only stamping I did was words, and then this little doodad. So I put happy birthday on the envelope and then some of those, but then on the back, on the flap, I used the designer paper, and you can see it's the opposite side from that. So I'm going to put that there, and let's make this card. Get all my pieces out. The trick for this card, let me see, I think these are the same. There's two tricks. This is the inside, these are the inside pieces. But when you need circles out of your cardstock and don't want to break into a whole new piece, you can take them out of a layer that's going to be on top. These are going to be under here. You're not even going to know that they're missing when this card is all put together. So that's just a little trick about how to save on your cardstock. I punched the circle. This is a 1.5 inch circle with a 1 3/8 inch scallop circle punch. And this paper, let's see, so this is 5 by 3 3/4, and then this is 4 3/4 by 3.5, and I have cut down the middle of it, as you can see. You can do it with scissors or your paper cutter. Then I went kind of to the middle. I measured this way that it's in the middle. I went kind of to the middle there, and we want this to curl around. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my bone folder, and I'm going to actually curl these. So I'm going to go like this, just to give it a start to do what I want it to do. It's a little harder on the other side. It's a little backwards for me. So that gives it a little start. But then I'm going to first attach this to my card. Attach this to the card front. This card is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And interesting, I think I have a little bit of purple right there, but I can get rid of that purple with this little art eraser. This is half of one, and I don't remember what it's called. My sister gave it to me. Interesting, it's made by Tombow. I didn't know that. But this will take off this color here that doesn't belong here. It's all gone. That was pretty cool. And then I'm going to glue this down. And I'm gluing on all 3 edges that are not rolling up, and then just part way in, because I still want my papers to fold. So see, I only have glue. I don't have any glue on the parts that I want to curl up. And then I'm going to put this on here. I think this is really fun paper. Excuse me, I need a drink. And then what I'm going to do is take a little bit of glue and put on here, and I'm going to try to fold this. I want it to be straight, like a 90-degree angle. So I'm folding this around, and I'm going to hold it there. And then I'll put a little bit of glue on that side and kind of do the same thing. Oh, nope. I need them to be the same. So like that. And what I did was I lined up these edges here. And this could be a little softer. I didn't really curl that one as far as I did this one, so that made it a little more difficult. So that's going to stay on there. And then I just took these guys, put a little bit of glue on the back. Oh, I didn't put any glue on the back actually. What I put on the back was a dimensional on there and on there. This one's already got glue on it, so it's going to be fine. It won't mess it up, but I don't need the glue. And then I just tucked him in there a little ways. I wanted to tuck him in there more, but that didn't work very well. And then this little koala bear is having fun hanging out upside down. So tuck him like that. This one I've got glued too far underneath here, which is why it wouldn't tuck in farther, but that's okay, it'll be fine. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this circle. And this time I'm going to do it a little bit different. You see how I have it this way? This time I'm going to cover up that little juncture right there with this. Not sure if I like that better or worse. And there's my ribbon. Ribbon. There's my ribbon. You could see my desk off to the side here. I have a huge mess everywhere. It's my second video I filmed today, and all the mess from the last one is still there. This is Daffodil Delight ribbon that comes with the birthday suite. Well, it doesn't come with it. It's part of the birthday suite. And they call it a ruched ribbon. I don't know if that's the right way to say that. And I'm going to put this on with glue dots. I always put 2 on the back when I'm doing a bow, just because I feel like it gives it better hold. And then I'm going to stick that right there. So you can see that I've already added the glimmer dot. This card isn't as nice as the first one. So there's the outside. And this one I didn't already do the inside, so I need to do that. The inside, I first attached this guy. This is the little banner. And I attached it just with a little bit of glue on each piece. So there's that. And then I'm going to use, if I can find it, I really should have cleaned up my mess before I started. I'm going to use Bermuda Bay ink, and I'm going to stamp the words. These are from the Birthday Bonanza stamp set. And as long as I have it out, I'm going to stamp the envelope. With the happy birthday. So I'm done with Bermuda Bay. Interesting, that's not where that goes. And then I'm using Mango Melody with this fun little confetti or star or whatever it is. So I'll do this. That's the envelope. I'm not going to finish him yet because I'm going to do this first. This inside my card. And I'll stick my little guys down. Doesn't take much glue. It's bonding paper to paper, so it's going to stay there. And then I'll stamp this. What I have left to do for this one is the back of the envelope. So the way I do that is I use liquid glue and I just put glue all over it. This on here. And I want to be sure from this side that I'm not overlapping. And then you just take your scissors and cut this out. So you have a fun flap on your envelope and 2 fun cards. I really like this one. Well, I really like them all, but that's beside the point. Okay, the next one I'm going to show you how to make is this. And you're thinking it's similar to the purple one I did, but it is different in that there's a hole in the card and you can see the back side of the paper through the hole in the card. So I'll show you how I did that. And then this one I put the paper on it also on the flap. And I just stamped the thank you, because really the only stamp I've done on here is the thank you. These are die cuts. There is an embellishment kit that comes that matches this suite, the Peaceful Poppy suite, and these are die cuts that come out of it. This is punched with the Label Me Lovely or Label Me Pretty, one of the punches. I'll put it down below. And then there's sequins that match this also, and that's what these are. And this black circle is out of the die cuts. So let me show you how I made this one. So I started with this. I cut this hole out of my card base. It's a 5.5 by 4 1/4 card using the Stitched Rectangles dies. And then I cut out a frame. Well, I cut out 2 frames the same way that I cut out the frame for the purple card. So the first thing that I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to attach this frame to the inside of the card. So I'm going to do that with liquid glue. Must be getting time to pull out another green glue because it's almost empty. So I'm going to put this in here, and these are the same size. The hole is the same size as the inside of the frame. So that's that part. The other thing that I did is this hole here, and so then I cut out with the same dies, I cut out a smaller white piece because the white piece that cut out this hole is too big. And I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to put this on the inside. Sure it's centered. It's not centered, but that'd be perfect because you're not going to see through there, so that's okay. It's down a little low. I will add what I do with the die cuts. Let's see. What are those? So the die cuts are like this, and then there's black ones. So you can do a lot of fun things with this. I'm going to take this for the inside. Stick it right there. And then I'm going to, this time I think I'm going to put the other side out. So it'll have two different looks, same piece of paper. And to do that, I'm going to, okay. This piece is 4 1/4 by 2 7/8. This time I'm going to put glue on the die cut piece. And I'm going to put this on top of it. This paper is directional, so when I put the card together, I need to be sure I have it going the right way. And I'll put a little more glue just on the edges here. I don't want it to stick out from the inside. Then I'm going to put this, hopefully with no glue on my fingers, on here. And hope that I get it right. I have got fumble fingers today. Right from the inside. Needs to go down a hair. I never had this much trouble putting one of these on before. Don't know what my deal is today. So that's what it looks like on the inside and the outside. So it's framed both ways. Let that glue dry and then I'll clean up because this glue, a little bit crooked, but it's stuck down now. So because this glue dries sticky, I have to be careful. So I'll use Stampin' Up! Used to sell these and they don't anymore, but this is an adhesive eraser and it takes away sticky. The other way you can get rid of sticky is to use your embossing buddy, which is a little bag full of powder that you use when you're going to emboss something. And it lays down on top of the sticky and covers it so it's not sticky anymore. There. So that's all fixed. And then this die cut is attached with dimensionals. And you can see I've used all these dimensionals, so this is what I do to have no waste. And I want a bigger piece in the middle to give it stability. I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to take another one of these die cuts, put dimensionals on it, hopefully so they're not sticking out. And I'll put this on here, and then more dimensionals. I don't know how I could make a card without using dimensionals. I like to pop everything up. I just like the way it looks. Makes it 3D, which is fun. And stick this here. And then to put on the sequins, I don't know where they went. They are hiding here somewhere. These are the sequins, which are really fun. You have lots of different colors in here. So to put on the sequins, I took my glue and just did some little dots. And then I took my Take Your Pick tool, which has this goo on the end, and grabbed one out of there. It's upside down. I need it right side up. Put it down and make it stick with my finger. There's a dark one. That there. I want a light one for the black. They kind of stack up together, which is a little annoying. And they have static cling, which is also annoying. Static cling. I got them all over my finger. I can't get them off. I have my one last little spot of glue right there. Oh man, get in there, you stupid thing. Hurry up and get the lid on these before they escape. They are good at escaping. So that's the card. And then I'm going to put this on my envelope. And you can send these through the mail this way. Glue them down good so they won't come off, but they will go through the mail. I did this one the opposite way so that it'll match the front of my card. And the last thing I will do to this is I will stamp the thank you on the front of the envelope. I'm a klutz with ink pads. Twice in the last week I've gotten an ink pad face down against my shirt, which has been very frustrating. This is a Memento black, tuxedo black pad. This pad is a fabric pad, so I do this and then tap it. I don't rock it, it's all just flat on there to get it inked up well. And then firm, even pressure, do not rock. If you rock, you might get stuff where you don't want it. Get you out of my way. So these are these two. Same piece of paper, just the front versus the back. And then I made the envelopes to match. So that's that one. And then the last one, get all my stuff out of the way. This is the last one. And this one, you're still seeing both sides of the paper. So when you open it, you see the whole back side of the paper. So let me show you how I did this one. This is the envelope, and I've not done the flap on this. The first thing I'm going to do for this one is color my ribbon because I want it to dry while I'm putting the card together. This is my Blackberry Bliss Dark Stampin' Blend. These blends will color anything, and it's really nice to color the ribbon. This is our satin. This is the very vanilla gold edge satin ribbon. I love to tie bows with this ribbon. The white is my favorite, but when I'm coloring, it doesn't matter which one I use. It matters if I want gold or silver. And I think gold, being warmer, goes with the colors that are in this paper. So that's why I'm using the gold and not the silver. The silver has white ribbon and the gold has very vanilla ribbon. And I'm just laying this. I'm laying my brush tip on its side to color this ribbon. I'm not doing anything that's going to hurt the tip. You don't want to color it this way because you'll mess up your tip, but you get a lot better coverage when you lay it on its side. And then I can set this out of the way to dry. It takes a little bit to dry. I tied my last one before it was dry, so my fingers are all inky. So for this, you take a piece of cardstock that's 5.5 by 5 1/4, and then it's scored at 4 1/4, the same way you would score it for the regular card. And then you fold it like this. So you can still only get 2 of these out of a sheet of cardstock, but you have this extra piece left over. And then what you do is take this, put it behind it and glue it down. But before I do that, I want to put this on. So I'm going to add, this is our new punch. It's a braided border punch, and it's a lot of fun. And normally you put glue on the back of things, but I'm going to put it behind this lip. So I'm going to put the glue on the front. And then I'm going to slide it back there. See how much I want showing. I think I want like that much showing. So it looks like that. And now I'm going to put glue on all of this and this. I'm going to put this inside. Hopefully it's straight. And just fold this down and then burnish that. And then when you open it, that's what you see. I have already stamped this using the Seriously the Best stamp set. It has great big words. This goes with one of our kits. It's an add-on purchase with one of our kits to make some really cool. And I'm going to put this on the back using Stampin' Dimensionals. Not on the back. I'm going to put this on the front using Stampin' Dimensionals. What I was thinking when I said the back. This right here, and for the inside I stamped, there's a leaf stamp that goes with this set, so I stamped that, and I will do this, make sure I'm in the camera, and then I will put this on here. Time for that glue to go bye-bye. So there's that part. And then I'm going to tie my bow. This is not dry quite yet. And when I tie a bow, I usually leave the ribbon attached to the spool, but since I colored it, I couldn't do that. And I like to have plenty of ribbon, even though I'm going to be wasting some when I cut off the ends. I want to be sure that I have enough. So I cut off 12 inches, which really could be shorter, but I'd rather have too much and trim it than have not enough and have my ends look funky. See, I have like 3 inches extra. Attach this bow to the front of the card with 2 glue dots. And I've already done this envelope. So there's that card. So we've done this one and this one. And this one. And I lost one. I lost one. My birthday card. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Okay. And this one. These are the 4 cards. So let me know what you think. There's lots of other ways to use designer paper. There's lots of more boring ways where you could just use the whole piece. You could do it without a layer under there. You can do half and half. I do sometimes where it looks like a wall, where the bottom half is different paper than the top half, and then you put ribbon across it. You can cut it diagonally. But these were 4 different ways that you don't use every day, or I don't use every day, and so I thought I would share them with you. So let me know what you think. Also, let me know if you would like to have a set of Stampin' Up! Catalogs, or if you might be interested in joining my team. I'll have links to all the supplies in the description below. Have a wonderful day.